Mm. We're going to begin seated. So let your hips be elevated. Just taking a comfortable cross-legged position. If you need blocks under your knees, set those up. And let's come into our bodies this morning and just connect into ourselves. Finding your center in this seat requires feeling into your sitting bones and maybe even rocking forward and back a little bit like a pendulum until you find that center point where each of your vertebrae begin to stack really comfortably and easily on top of each other. Your shoulders are softening back. And let's just take a few deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouths. Good. And then we're going to continue with that breathing. We're going to place our left hand on our forehead. And then we're going to place the other one or two fingers of the other hand in the notch of the throat under the Adam's apple. And as you continue to breathe, let's just begin to settle our nervous systems after that glorious full moon, the wolf moon. This time of the month and time of the lunar cycle is so potent in so many ways. And it's such a helpful time to support clearing and releasing. So working with that heightened energy heightens our intuition, our awareness. Maybe we feel a little bit more emotional. Let's just integrate that into our bodies and move with the energy as we continue to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouths, holding these points that reset our nervous system so that we can flow with this energy, but we can also be grounded within it. One more cycle of your breath. And slowly release your hands. Rub your palms together, shake off your hands. And then let's find our fingers up on our collarbones. And we're going to drop down an inch below into the hollows and begin our energy medicine wake up practice this morning. I'm going to add to our practice sounds so that we can help move some energy through our voices. So as you begin to tap or massage on the points that we go through here, beginning with our kidney 27 points, we'll breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now that out through the mouth sound is going to be the sound WHO. Like you're blowing out a candle. Inhale, exhale. Continue at your own pace, transforming any fear you're holding on to this morning in your body into the balancing emotion of courage. One more cycle of your breath. Good. Coming now to the center of your sternum, the center of your chest. Tapping here on your thymus gland. The sound here is the sound of SH. One more time. Let's shake off our hands toward the ground and then find the side seams of our low ribs and begin to tap here on your spleen points. The sound here is HA. Transforming any anxiety we're feeling this morning into the balancing emotion of joy. One more time. Let's come under our chest now, right on the front low ribs, and we'll thump here on these neurolymphatic reflex points that run to our spleen, clearing our spleen of toxins. And you can continue with that HA exhale. Good, and let's shake off the hands again toward the ground, flicking that excess energy off toward the earth. And then let's bring our fingers up onto our cheekbones, beginning to lightly tap here on our stomach meridian points. The sound here is the sound of S. Continue 2 more times, transforming grief into the balancing emotion of acceptance, of faith, and of letting go. One more time. Good. Release the hands toward the ground. Relax your hands now down on your thighs with your palms down. And we're going to pause here in silence for a few breaths. Just noticing what you're feeling in your body. Pulsation, sensation. We have energy that flows through our meridians within inside our body. We have energy centers of the chakras that house energy. We have energy body that extends out all around us. See if you can feel into the movement within you and the energy around you. And then we'll continue to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouths as we tap our hand to our thigh on the same side in this homolateral pattern. And we're going to get our energies crossing over. So the energies around us want to be crossing over. The energies within us want to be crossing over. So opposite hand to opposite thigh, waking up both sides of our brain, talking to both sides of our energy body, left and right. One more cycle of your breath. And slowly come to a pause. Place your hands in front of your pubic bone, off of your skin. And take a moment here to connect into your intention for your practice this morning or for your day. What do you want to embody today? And let that simmer up into your awareness. There's no wrong answer. And we're going to zip up our hands now as we inhale our hands up the midline of our body, surpassing all of our chakra energy centers. When we get to our head, our hands turn out and we'll exhale our arms up overhead and slowly back down to where we started. Follow your breath as you send your intention up through all of your chakra energy centers, the 7 main ones that run up and down your spine. And then how you send that intention out into your greater energy field, out into the universe, into your life. One more time. And now we're going to hook it all up by placing our middle fingers, one in our navel and one at our third eye. Press in, pull up. Now, as we breathe, we're going to weave all those sounds together that we just made. So inhale, exhale, inhale, one more time. Return to your natural breath. Release your hands, rub your palms together, shake out your hands, and then just roll your shoulders back a few times. And then switch the leg that's been on top, switch it underneath you in this cross-legged position. You could always sit in a chair if you needed to, but we're gonna come from that place of moving the energy and moving that sound into a meditation. And this is called a spiral meditation, and it opens all of the 7 chakras that run up and down our spine. Now, the chakra energy centers hold all of our memories, all of the things that have ever happened to us, the joyful moments, the moments of celebration, our trauma, painful moments, all of those are held in the hard drives of our 7 chakras. So we're going to open our chakras this morning, release any excess energy, any old energy out of that system. And then we're going to close our chakras in a place of wholeness and joy. Okay, so we're going to place our right hand right in front of our heart center, and we're going to be working in our energy field. So we're about 3 or 4 inches off of our skin. And if you just close your eyes and feel right now into your hand and feel into the energy of your heart, you can likely notice there's some pulsation in your hands, in your hand, or maybe tingling. That's energy in your hand, and it's energy connecting to your heart chakra. The color here of our heart chakra is the color of like an emerald green. The upper heart, which extends up to the upper chest, the collarbones, that color is a pink color. So there's 2 colors here in the heart chakra. So I just want you to bring those colors into your imagination as they emanate out from your heart center as you breathe. And we'll breathe in through our nose and out through our nose for this practice. Just feeling into your heart. And we're going to slide our hand down the left side of the body, still out in our energy field. And we're going to place our hand now right in front of our solar plexus. So low ribs, above the navel. The color here is yellow, like a beautiful goldenrod yellow. And this wraps around to our low back. It encompasses our liver and stomach, spleen and pancreas, gallbladder, kidneys and adrenal glands. So just let that yellow color wrap around to your low back, breathing in this light. And then slowly bring your hand up the right side of your body and bring your hand in front of your throat, right in front of your throat chakra. The color here is blue, like a vibrant blue. So as you breathe and feel the energy of your throat chakra, just let that color bathe all around the sides of your neck and back of your neck, to your throat, all the way up to your mouth, your ears, your jaw. And then we'll slowly take our hand down the left side of our body, all the way down in front of our pubic bone into our sacral chakra. This extends around our pelvis to our sacrum, up to our colon, small and large intestines, our reproductive organs. And the color here is the color of orange. Just letting that orange color bathe your hips. Still breathing deeply and fluidly. And then slowly bring your hand up the right side of your energy field, bringing it all the way up in front of your third eye to the chakra here. The color is purple, and it's emanating from the center of your head where your pineal gland lives, the seat of consciousness, connection to the divine that lives inside of us, accessing our deeper wisdom and intuition. Just letting that color emanate out through your forehead, out to your hand, a beautiful, brilliant purple. And then slowly bring your hand down the left side of your energy body, all the way down in front of your legs, your tailbone, into your root chakra. The color here is red, and it extends from your tailbone down your legs and into your feet, grounding you, bringing you back home into your body, and where we feel a sense of safety. Bathing your legs in that red, vibrant light. And then we'll slowly bring our hand up the right side of our energy. So notice we've done the spiral, and now that spiral is going to end all the way up at the top of our head. We're going to turn our palms so it's facing out and our hand is vertical right above the top of our head. Here we're connecting with the crown chakra, our connection to the divine, our higher self, our higher mind, everyone, everything on the planet itself. And the color here is white. And it's a pure, vibrant white that is an absorption of all the colors that we just worked with. Out of your palm of your hand, you're going to just release, just mentally release any old energy, anything that's feeding on your energy body, old patterns that you're ready to let go of, whether you're aware of them or not. Just allow that to be released and let it be composted into the earth. And we're going to close our hand. The palm of the hand will turn back toward the top of our head, emanating that white light. And now we're going to begin to close our chakras, going back through a little bit quicker this time. So we're going to draw the hand down the right side of our energy body, come right in front of our root chakra again, grabbing up our sense of safety. Bringing our hand up the left side of the energy body and coming up in front of the forehead and gathering up our intuition. Coming down the right side of our energy body, bringing our hand in front of our hips, in front of the pubic bone. Gathering up our creativity, our joy, and healthy boundaries in our relationships. Bringing the hand up the left side of the energy body to our throat, gathering up our ability to speak our hearts and to express ourselves and to listen. And bringing the hand down the right side of your energy body, bring it right in front of your solar plexus, under the low ribs. And gathering up your sense of personal power. And then slowly we return back up in front of our heart chakra, where we gather up our ability to receive love and to give love. Relax your hand down on your legs. Just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Take a couple deep, full breaths. And when you feel ready, you can slowly let light come back into your eyes. Let's rub our hands together, shake out our hands, and now let's come up off of our seat. How'd that feel? The spiral meditation. All right, let's come onto our hands and knees. We'll do a little bit of movement now, slow, intentional movement. Now we'll come onto our hands and knees. Hands spread out nice and wide. And we'll come into a gentle cat-cow pose this morning, pressing the hands into the earth, tucking our tailbone under and rounding our spine on our inhalation. Then exhalation releases your tailbone toward the sky, melts your shoulder blades down your back to lift and extend through your chest. And you'll continue to move with your breath. You can continue in this linear cat-cow, or you can take your cat-cow now more side to side in a crescent moon shape. Getting a little bit more deeply now into an opening of the back. And switching directions at any time. Letting your head go, your shoulders. There's no wrong way to do this movement. And then we'll slowly come to a pause with a neutral spine. So think about those 7 chakras from your tailbone to the crown of your head, bringing that awareness to your midline, to your center, and really think about extension from the tailbone through the crown of your head. Now we're going to keep that as we walk our hands out a little bit further away from our body. And we're going to come onto the tops of our feet and do a little bit of hip flow here. So on your inhale, tone your low belly and shift your hips forward so your shoulders come over your wrists but not beyond. And then exhale your hips back and down toward your heels into child's pose. And we're going to flow in and out of these 2 poses. So you follow your breath. Your head maybe won't even come all the way to the mat. You can stay in line with your arms. Just think about now, we're really helping we did a beautiful grounding through that meditation, and now we're bringing some life into our hips. And one more time through each movement and landing in child's pose. We're going to stay here. Stack your hands on top of each other or put a block under your hands and then rest your head completely into your hands. Now just let go in your body. Soften. Let your head be heavy into your hands. Deep belly breaths extending back into your spine. Good. Then on your next inhale, let's come up halfway. Walk our arms over to the right diagonal. Reach our left hip back and down toward our left heel. Your hips can also be above your knees if reaching your hips back far doesn't feel comfortable for your knees. Breathe some space into your left side body. And walk your arms over to the left diagonal. Reach your right hip back and down. Stretch your spine. Breathe into those sticky spots. If we feel sticky spots, painful spots, tense spots, those are the places we actually want to work with gently, with breath and with intention to release. And walk your arms back out in front. Slowly rise back up to all fours. And we're going to take our hips over toward our right heel and then over to our left heel and then bring our heart forward. So now moving into hip circles, going slow, pressing the foundation of your hands and feet into the mat. And then switching your direction. And And slowly come back to all fours. And we're going to come into Eye of the Needle pose now. So on our inhalation, our right arm is going to reach up toward the sky. And on our exhalation, our arm is going to come under, thread under the left arm, reach it away from the mat, and then lower our head and our shoulder to the mat or to a block. And then tack your left hip straight back so your hips are level. Bend your left elbow, come on to your fingertips. And now as you press into your fingertips, revolve your left chest toward the sky a little bit more, bringing your left shoulder blade on your upper back. These are small movements. This isn't a very mobile part of your back, but the shoulder blade, we are looking for a little bit of movement. Breathe. Extend out through your right fingers as you turn your chest any amount more toward the sky. Now you have the option to stay right here or to walk your left hand toward the top center of your mat so your arm is straight. Stretching more into your left side body, tack your left hip back, turning your chest toward the sky. Breathe. There's lots of things to work with here in this position. So breathe into those spots that need to soften and lengthen. One more deep, full breath. Exhale out. And bend your elbow, bring your hand onto the mat. Slowly unwind your spine. Inhale your right arm again up toward the sky. Exhale your hand back to the earth. Okay, second side. Left arm, reaching up toward the sky. Feel that openness in your upper chest. Exhale, thread your arm under the right shoulder, reach it away from the earth, and then lower your head and shoulder down. Tack your right hip straight back, so we want to keep our hips level. And then bend your right elbow and come onto your fingertips. Press down into your fingertips. Turn your chest any amount to the right. Breathe. You have the option to walk your right hand toward the top center of your mat, straightening your arm, and walk it back a little bit to help move the shoulder blade on towards the middle of your back and to revolve your right chest toward the sky. Go to your edge and then just back off a little bit. If we do too much in the tissue, it actually reverses our intention of trying to open it. Kind of can seize back up, so just relax. Send your breath there. One more deep, full breath. Slowly bend your right elbow, bring your hand onto the mat. Now we're going to slowly unwind. Inhale and open our left arm up again toward the sky. Exhale, lower back down. Good. Okay, we're going to come up off of our hands and knees now. And we're going to set up our blocks behind us in a supported fish pose. So I'm going to show you the most supportive variation. You'll have one of your blocks at the tall level towards the back of your mat. And then the next block will come a few inches in front. This will be for your shoulder blades, tall one for your head. The flat level block will be the most supportive. Some of you, if you feel more open in your chest and shoulders and low back, you can bring the shoulder blade block up to the second level. Okay. And then we're going to come and have a seat right in front of our blocks. And the first block is the bottom edge of it is going to come to the bottom edge of our shoulder blades. You'll know you're there because your shoulder blades become flat and it's like you've just rested them on the shelf of the block. Then you'll take a hold of your head and lower your head to the second block. Now, if you don't have blocks at home, those of you online, you could take your blanket and roll it. So if you roll a towel, you can roll it and then you can lie over the blanket roll. You could also place a block under your head. So you just want to have that elevation under the shoulder blades with a block or the blanket. Head is supported as it needs to be. And then your legs can stretch out long. And we're just going to let gravity be our friend right now. And allow it now to begin to open our chest and shoulders. So what's going to help us with that is where our arms are placed right now. And so I'd like you to, if they're not already, I'd like you to bring your arms out to your sides, straight out of your shoulders, so the backs of your hands are resting on the ground. And just feel into this for a few breaths. Maybe your head would like to lower down to the second level block. Maybe you just feel really good right now and then just stay right here. And now begin to focus on your breath. Drawing breath up from your low belly, up through your rib cage, up through the upper lungs to your collarbones. And then feel your chest soften, your ribs soften, and your belly soften back toward your spine. We're going to practice pranayama breathing technique while we're here. And the pranayama we're going to practice is called sama vritti, equal ratio breath. And so simply you're going to begin to bring a count into your mind. And your inhalation is going to begin with the count of 4. There'll be a natural pause at the top of your breath, and the exhalation will go to the count of 4. A natural pause at the bottom of your breath, and then the whole cycle begins again. Inhaling to the count of 4, and exhaling to the count of 4. Now, as you begin or continue to practice this, the count might begin to lengthen to 5 or 6 naturally on its own. Just continue with that equal number on both sides of your breath, bringing balance and harmony to our nervous systems. Helping to imprint the message into our nervous systems that I am safe. We'll practice this for another minute or so. And at the bottom of your next exhalation, you can release this technique and return back to your natural breath. And we're going to open up more of our shoulders and our chest with some arm movements. So I want you to flex your heel or your feet so that your heels are reaching away from your body and you're bringing some muscle energy into your legs. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to slowly bring your arms up above your shoulders like you're reaching toward the ceiling. Your palms are turned toward each other. As you exhale, your arms are going to slowly lower over your head towards the floor. As you reach your heels away from you, extend and stretch up through your side bodies and reach out your fingers. Breathe. Allow gravity to release the head of your arm bones toward the ground. Opening your lungs. And then as you inhale again, slowly bring your arms back up above your shoulders. And as you exhale, let your wings slowly lower back down to the ground, resting again the backs of your palms into the mat. And then totally let go in your body again, just totally relax. And then again, let's flex our feet like we're pressing our feet into a wall. And then inhale our arms slowly back up above our shoulders. This time we're going to clasp our hands and turn our palms away, pressing them up toward the ceiling. Breathe as you need to. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower your arms over your head. Reach your heels away from you. Press the center of your hands away from you. Reach long through your body. Breathe in. And as you exhale, let your body release any amount more. Then inhale, your arms slowly back up above your shoulders. Exhale, release your hands and let your arms float like wings back to the floor. Totally let go in your body. And then for our last one again, you'll reach your heels away from you, pressing your feet into the imaginary wall. Inhale your arms back above your shoulders. This time take Vira Mudra clasp. Last 3 fingers clasp. Pointer and thumbs are straight, pressing together. On your next exhale, lower your arms over your head. Let your shoulders soften towards the earth. Then press your feet even more into that wall. Reach along through your side ribs, up through your tips of your fingers. Breathe. You can always back out of your edge a little bit if it's too much in your shoulder, arms. One more breath. Good. Inhale, slowly bring your arms back up above your shoulders. Exhale your arms all the way back down to your sides. Relax your body. Now we're going to turn the palms of our hands down onto the floor. Again, let your arms stretch out of your shoulders. So your body's in a T shape. Now we're going to bend our knees and place our feet at the wide edges of our mat for a windshield wiper stretch. So we're going to root our heels down and pick our toes off the earth and spread each toe individually first. Then breathe into your belly. Exhale, release your knees to the right. Roll into the edges of your feet, maintaining your head and your shoulder blades on your props. Breathe. Inhale your knees back up. Exhale them over to the left side. Inhale your knees back up. Exhale them to the right again. Releasing consciously into your left hip, ribs, inner groin. And inhaling your knees back up over to the left side. Again, exhale through the mouth anytime you feel like you need to move stress, excess energy, or emotion. And then again, inhale your knees back up. Waterfall them back to the right side. You have the option here to place your right heel onto your left thigh to anchor down your thigh bone, to stretch more deeply into your IT band and up your left side. Deep belly breaths. It's our breath that ultimately is cleansing us. Each time we breathe deeply, we cleanse our lymphatic system of our body that holds these toxins. One more deep, full breath. Good. Release your foot back to the mat. Float your knees up. Release them to the left. Option to place your left heel onto your right thigh. Good. Inhale. Float your knees back up. Walk your feet back in, hip distance apart. And now we're going to transition off of our blocks. So we're going to lead with our chest and take a big roll to our left side, off of the blocks, onto the floor, resting our head on our arm, releasing our whole front body toward the floor. Keep rolling towards the floor to bring your hands underneath you, and then slowly press yourself up. Head up comes up last. Good work in those shoulders. Oh my. Okay, we're going to take our blanket and fold it, and then fold the short edges together. And you can move your blocks off your mat. You might use them for the next round. We're going to come into first a seated cobbler pose before we do some massage work on our bodies, helping to move that lymphatic system of the body. It houses and is so connected, like everything, to our immune system. So we want to really break up tissue, stuck tissue in the body. But we're going to first start with our seated cobbler. So you're going to come onto your sitting bones and bring your hands onto the mat. A way that I really like to help my pelvis move forward, I'm going to show this sideways so you can see it, because this usually is what happens when we come sit. We kind of just sit and round. So with your hands on the mat, you're going to drag your sitting bones forward, and you'll even move a little forward onto your blanket. And now your pelvis is just naturally moved into that tilt. You feel that difference? If you kind of roll back like this and then drag them forward, and now the pelvis is tilting forward. Now some of you might like to have blocks under your knees, so just use the support of the props. Notice how your spine is now back into that center stacked position with the vertebrae. You can always bring hands behind you if you'd like to help with the support of your spine. And we're going to, if it feels comfortable for you to have your hands out in front here, we're going to bring our thumbs and place them. I'm going to turn back to center now so everybody can see me. We're We're going to place our thumbs on the upward facing part of our Achilles tendon. This is called a source point for our kidneys, and it's going to nourish the organs of our kidneys. And now our fingers, or the rest of the fingers, are going to drape over the upward facing part of the big toe mound, the side of your foot on spleen source points. So we're going to nourish our kidneys and our spleen right now. You don't have to add a lot of pressure. You don't have to massage. You're just holding these points. And then you can close your eyes or have a soft gaze open with your eyes. But we're going to send some light and some warmth, like a warm bath, into our kidneys. So your kidneys live in your low back. Just letting them feel some warmth, the image of light, whatever color naturally you want that comes to you. Remember, our kidneys are, in this time of year, seeking support and nourishment as we conserve our energy to replenish for the year ahead. Now we're going to bring our awareness up below our left ribs where our spleen lives. And our spleen helps us to digest and assimilate not only our food and our drink, but our emotions and what happens to us in our lives on a daily basis. So we want to send some light and warmth into our spleen. So right under the left ribs, just sending the left low ribs. You can imagine a large almond-shaped organ. Take another deep, nourishing breath. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Good. You can release your hands, release the image, bring your hands onto your thighs, draw the knees together, stretch your legs out, give your legs a little shake out. Okay, so you can choose whatever seated position you would like to be in right now. Might be cross-legged, sitting in a chair. You could come back to cobbler pose. I'm just going to sit on my heels. You could sit in Virasana, a comfortable seat, and we're going to work now with our lymphatic system in our body and release tension in our backs, our spine, and our head. So we're going to do that through our crown pull and spinal flush to begin. So we're going to place our fingers right in the center of our forehead. And we're going to inhale and press our fingers apart to our temples and exhale our breath. Let's sweep our hands behind our ears, down the sides of our neck, and now squeeze the tops of our shoulders. And then exhale our hands over our heart center. We're going to do that again. Inhaling from the center of the forehead, the fingers pull out to the temples. Sweep behind the ears, down the sides of the neck. Squeeze the tops of your shoulders. Breathe as you need to. And then bring your hands over your heart. Bring your pinky fingers now to the hairline of your head, and all the fingers are going to come to the center of your skull. As you inhale, press in and pull your fingers apart down the sides of your head. Exhaling the breath. You're going to work up into each section of your head, pressing in, pulling down the sides of the head. Releasing tension, not only in the musculature of our skull and neck, but also releasing the tension of the mind, excess energy that hangs around our heads when we're kind of stuck there. It's going to come all the way down to the back of the head, to your occipital bone, to the top of your neck, eventually pressing in, pulling apart, going all the way down your neck. Reaching down as far as you can on either side of your spine, massage your upper back. And then slide your hands forward to your chest. And before we go down the front ribs, we're going to come over and work in the lymphatic tissue over in the left side of our chest. We're going to begin here. You can kind of feel the seam of where your shoulder meets your chest. Just come into that seam and begin to massage. You'll probably find some spots that are sore. So breathe. And we're going to work our way down under the armpit. This is the armpit tissue, and we have a lymph node right here on each side, left and right. And we're going to press in and massage. And if you find the sore spot like I have, breathe. Press in a little bit deeper. We want to break up this lymph fluid so these toxins can move out of the body. The lymph doesn't do it by itself. We have to help it. And so now coming under on the left side of the breast tissue, just press in and pull up a few times, right under the armpit, outside of the tissue. Be so kind to yourself right now. Be so gentle. There's a lot here, I know. We're just introducing ourselves to it today. And when you feel complete, I want you to just really shake off your hands. And we have one more side to go. Thank God. Okay, so we have coming over to the right side of the chest. We have some neurolymphatic points here that run to our heart, our stomach, our governing vessel that runs up and down our spine to our upper palate. And then we have the nodes. And so you just keep working on that outside of the breast tissue, the chest tissue, into the armpit. Breathe. It's one of the best ways that we can stay healthy, our immune system stay strong, is by this little lymph tissue massage. It's not little, it's very effective, as well as the deep breathing that we're doing, all helpful in cleansing our body physically and energetically. Ooh. Maybe this becomes your rest of your winter into spring practice. Oh. All right, when you feel complete, go ahead and just do that kind of stretch and pull on the outside of the breast tissue, under the armpit. And then shake off your hands. All right. And now we'll come on either side of our sternum. We have our ribs and we have the tissue in between the ribs. And we're going to press in and pull apart between each of the ribs. We're going to go all the way down on either side of the sternum. I realize my sweatshirt is really flashy, probably online this morning. Probably can't even see me. Here, I'm going to take it off. But you're going to keep going on either side of your sternum, inside of the tissue of the breast or chest. And we're going to come right back up onto the sternum now, and we're going to purposefully massage. You can go up and down. You can go in a circle. Whatever feels intuitive to you, feels good. We're going to work specifically now on our lungs, releasing the lymph, any toxins from our lungs. Now we're going to come right under our low ribs and work along the small intestine, neurolymphatic points. So you're going to go right along the low ribs, just right underneath here. Breathe. The points are so small, you will definitely hit them with the surface of your fingers. Okay, good. Let's rub our hands together, shake off the hands. And now we're going to come up onto our low backs, or excuse me, into our mid backs with our thumbs. Now we're going to work on either side of our spine. So just come onto your spine and then come an inch out on either side. And begin to massage in circles with your thumbs. This is called the spinal flush that we're doing. It is powerful on many levels for clearing tension physically, mentally, emotionally. So go slow, be gentle, and when you do find that one spot, go into it a little bit with some more pressure and breathe into your back. These are the practices that are going to keep us resilient during our lives, during this year, during all that life brings to us. So we can come back and say, I'm home, I live in my body, I know how to ground myself, how to support my well-being so that I can navigate changes and shifts internally and externally. Keep going on either side of your spine down to your sacrum. All the way down on either side of your tailbone. And then we're going to brush off our backs 3 times. Shake off your hands. Come back up onto your head. We'll finish with a nice scalp massage all around our heads. Like we're in the shower, shampooing our hair. Good. And shake off the head, rub the hands together, shake off the hands. And let's make our way onto our backs. If you want to put a little head and neck support under your head, feel free to. Just do one little hip opener and then we'll go right into Shavasana. So get what you would like for that, for layers. We're going to come into one gentle little hip opener and twist on our backs before we finalize our practice. That was a lot of deep work. If you feel nauseous or, just breathe, drink some water, try to slow down your exhalation. Let your arms stretch out onto the floor with your palms down. We're going to lift our hips up and shift our hips 2 inches to the right and then lower them onto the floor. Our right leg is going to reach up and wrap around our left leg. We're going to inhale deeply, and on the exhale, we're going to let our knees fall to the left towards the floor. Our navel is moving back toward our right in this hugging of our belly organs. You can always put a block under your left thigh if you would like. And then option to just gently turn your head and look toward your right hand. On your next inhale, bring your head back to center. Uncross your legs and place your hips underneath you. Second side, hips lift up, move over to the left and lower them down. Your left leg will reach up and wrap itself around the right leg as far as is comfortable for you. And then let your knees fall toward the right. It might not be very far, that's okay. Your left shoulder blade is anchoring you onto the floor. And then the option to turn your head to the left. Breathe into the bowl of your belly. On your next inhale, return your head back to center. Bring your knees back up. Uncross your legs and make sure your hips come back into center again. And then stretch your legs out for Shavasana. If you want to put your bolster on your thighs for some added weight to your nervous system, you can do that. And just totally releasing every part of your body, all your organs, your bones, all the tissues, just surrendering into the earth. Ramanda sa sa se so hang Ramanda sa sa se so hang Ramanda sa sa se so hang. Begin to deepen your breaths, bringing yourself back into your body as you begin to slowly stretch and move in ways that feel good to you. Eventually, make your way onto your side into fetal position. Pausing there for a moment. And then slowly gather yourself back up into a comfortable seated position. And aligning our hands together at our heart center, with our thumbs connecting to our hearts. Just take a couple of deep breaths. Just checking in with yourself and asking, how am I feeling now? And we'll close our practice today, our cleansing, releasing, fortifying practice with the sound of one Om, chanting it together, sending our love out into our world today. Let's take a deep breath in together. Blessings and namaste to each of you.
That's kicked off.
Thanks for joining online this morning, Kim, Kristen, Donna, Julie, everyone in the room.
We lost Julie.
We will be continuing our Zoom schedule into February, Wednesday through Saturday mornings. Wednesday and Friday, I'll be doing this class, and Jordan will be doing Thursday an intermediate yoga qigong class and a Saturday morning qigong class. So we invite you to join us. As much as you can. If you can't come to, more than one class a week or whatever, that's okay. But take something from each class and take it with you every day to practice. This is how we are transforming ourselves, keeping ourselves resilient and healthy. But we invite you to join us as much as you can. So great